Hello, and welcome to QuickTale English. Today, we discuss a mystery that changed a community forever. It is the story of a 7-year-old boy, a science fair, and a disappearance that remains unsolved after more than 15 years. A morning like any other. It was Friday, June 4th, 2010, in Portland, Oregon. The sun was shining, and everyone at Skyline Elementary School was excited. It was the day of the Science Expo. Students were showing their projects to their teachers, parents, and friends. Among the students was Kyron Horman. Kyron was a smart, quiet 7-year-old boy who wore glasses and had a big, friendly smile. That morning, he was very proud because his project was about the red-eyed tree frog. Kyron arrived at school with his stepmother, Terry Horman. They walked into the school together. Terry took a famous photo of Kyron standing in front of his science project. In the photo, Kyron is smiling and wearing a black t-shirt with a picture of a CSI logo. This was the last time anyone saw Kyron Horman. The disappearance. According to Terry Horman, she watched Kyron walk toward his classroom at about 8:45 a.m. She said she saw him near the door, and then she left the school. She spent the rest of the morning running errands. She went to the supermarket and visited a gym. The day continued normally at the school. However, when the school bus arrived at Kyron's house at 3:30 p.m., Kyron was not on it. His mother, Desiree Young, and his father, Kane Horman, were immediately worried. They called the school, but the school had a shocking answer. Kyron was marked absent today. He was never in class. Panic started. If Kyron wasn't in class, where was he? He was inside the building at 8:45 a.m., but he never arrived at his classroom. A 7-year-old boy had vanished from a crowded school during a busy event. The massive search. The police arrived quickly. Within 24 hours, the search for Kyron Horman became the largest search operation in the history of Oregon. Hundreds of police officers, FBI agents, and thousands of volunteers searched the woods and the hills around the school. Divers searched the local rivers. Helicopters with heat-sensing cameras flew over the area. Dogs tried to find Kyron's scent. Everyone wanted to find the boy with the glasses, but they found nothing. No clothing, no backpack, and no clues. As the days turned into weeks, the police started to look closer at the family. They asked everyone many questions. Who was the last person to see him? Where exactly did he go? Suspicion and shadows. The police became very interested in Terry Horman, the stepmother. They discovered that her cell phone records showed she was driving in different areas on the morning Kyron disappeared, and her story had some inconsistencies. There were also strange reports about Terry's personal life. A gardener who worked for the family told the police that Terry had offered him money to hurt Kyron's father, Kane. Terry denied everything. She said she loved Kyron and had nothing to do with his disappearance. Despite the suspicions, the police never arrested Terry Horman. There was no physical evidence. No one saw her take Kyron out of the school, and no one found any trace of the boy in her car. To this day, she has never been charged with a crime. A mother's fight. Kyron's biological mother, Desiree Young, never gave up. For more than 15 years, she has worked every day to keep Kyron's story in the news. She has organized rallies, updated websites, and worked with investigators. "I know my son is out there," she told reporters many times. "I will never stop looking until I bring him home." The mystery of Skyline Elementary School changed everything in Portland. Before 2010, schools were very relaxed. Parents walked in and out freely. After Kyron disappeared, schools became like fortresses. New security cameras were installed, and visitors had to sign in and out with ID. The tragedy taught the community that even in a safe place like a school,
danger can exist. The mystery remains. Today, Kyron Horman would be a young man in his early 20s. The police still receive tips every month. They have searched many new locations over the years, but the case remains cold. There are many theories. Some people believe he was kidnapped by a stranger. Others believe the answer is inside the family. Some think he might have wandered into the woods and gotten lost, but most experts think that is unlikely because the search was so thorough. The photo of Kyron and his tree frog project remains a haunting image. It is a reminder of a happy morning that ended in a nightmare. Conclusion: never forgotten. The case of Kyron Horman is a story of a missing child, but it is also a story about a community that refuses to forget. Every year on June 4th, people gather at Skyline Elementary School to remember the boy with the big smile and the glasses. We learn from this tragedy that we must always be careful and protect the most vulnerable members of our society. We also learn about the incredible strength of a mother's love. Kyron's face is still on posters across the United States, waiting for that one person who knows the truth to finally speak. Thank you for joining QuickTale English. This was a difficult story, but it is important to remember those who are still missing. Subscribe for more true crime and history stories to practice your English. See you next time.